Welcome everybody back to another episode of Theory Hammer, where today we're going over another Warhammer 40k 10th edition Forge World Index review. And we're going to be doing the, Astra Militarum Part 2. That's what I'll probably name the video anyway. If you guys like this kind of content, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, tell us what you think of those Deathcore Marshals, and hit that bell icon. That way you're always notified each time we have a new video out. In these Forge World series, we're going to be going over the points. It's a little bit different than our regular index reviews, so be sure to check out all those videos. We got all kinds of content for you guys out there. And with that, I think we're just going to get into it. We're just going to get right into part 2 of the Astra Militarum, or the Imperial Guard, if you're old school like me. And of course, point out any mistakes I make below. The Deathcore Marshal is first up on the list here. He moves 6 inches. He's toughness 3, he's got a 5-up save, but a 5-up invuln, and 4 wounds. Leadership 7, and OC 1. He's going to either have a bolt pistol, a plasma pistol, or a las pistol. I'll just go over them anyway. I was just about to say, if you haven't seen our other reviews, specifically the Imperial Guard / Astra Militarum review, go check it out. You could also see most of these things in the Space Marine reviews, which there's like 4 of those. Probably in the Chaos review as well, because these are Imperium and they all have the same weapons. Now that I'm done rambling about that, those are his guns. I really don't feel like going over them, but I'm going to have to. The bolt pistol they're all pistols. The bolt pistol, 12-inch range, 1 shot. They're all 1 shot with a 12-inch range. They all hit on 3s. The bolt pistol is strength 4 AP01 damage. The las pistol is strength 3 AP01 damage, and the plasma pistol is strength 7 AP2 1 damage. If you overcharge it, it's AP3 and 2 damage and strength 8. In combat, he's got a power weapon that's going to be 4 attacks on 3s, strength 4 AP2 damage 1. He has Feel No Pain 5-up, interesting, and a leader, Voice of Command, and then Martial Dedication. While this model is leading a unit, models in that unit have a Feel No Pain of 5-up. That's awesome. Cult of Sacrifice. Once per battle, you can target this model's unit with the Insane Bravery stratagem for 0 CP. And you can do so even if you've targeted a different unit with the same stratagem this phase. This cannot allow you to use the Insane... Yeah, so you can't use it more than once. You just can use it more than once in the same phase, just not in the same game. He can issue 1 order to regiment units. So he's got a las pistol and a power sword. He can be attached to the Death Corps of Krieg, obviously, and then infantry squads. His las pistol can be replaced with either the bolt pistol or the plasma pistol. You're going to go with the plasma pistol. I'm not sure how many points Mr. Deathcore Marshal is here, so we're going to find out. He's 60 points. Okay, he's an infantry character from the Imperium. He does throw grenades. He's an officer. Alright, I like him. Death Rider Squad. So these move 12. Toughness 4, 4-up save, 2 wounds, leadership 7, and OC 1. So these must be like your... Yeah. These are your horses. They also have bolt pistols, las pistols, and plasma pistols as options. The only difference here, guys, is that they hit on 4s instead of 3s. For combat, they have Death Rider Hunting Lances, which are lance. They're plus 1 to wound, 3 attacks hitting on 3s, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. Not great, but it's okay. Savage Claws, extra attacks, 2 of them, strength 4, AP 1, and damage 1. Alright, so those hit on 4s, yeah, whatever. Screening Line is their ability. Once per turn, when an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move within 9 inches of this unit, if this unit is not within engagement range of any enemy units, it can make a normal move up to 6. Alright, they probably, okay, so units of 5 to 10, they all have las pistols, Death Rider Hunting Lances, and Savage Claws. The Ride Master's las pistol can be replaced with a plasma pistol, basically. Mounted Imperium Grenades Regiment guys. Okay, so then you have the Death Rider Squadron Commander. He can probably only be attached to that unit. He moves 12, he's toughness 4 with a 4-up save and a 5-up invuln. 5 wounds, woo! Leadership 7, OC 1, bolt pistol, las pistol, plasma pistol, hitting on 4s for him. And then Death Rider Hunting Lance, the same exact thing, but it's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. And then Savage Claws, same thing, 2 attacks, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1, hitting on 4s. He's a leader with Voice of Command. He has Rapid Reconnaissance. While this model is leading a unit, models in that unit have the Infiltrator's ability, so that's kind of cool. Glorious Charge. Each time this model makes a charge move until the end of the turn, its Death Rider Hunting Lance has the devastating wounds. Just this guy. Not a good one. He's not great. He's not great. This officer can issue 1 order. So the Death Riders, they are 70 points for 5 or 140 for the 10, and then your commander is 60. That's too many points. He can, so you can replace his las pistol with a plasma pistol. He's got some stuff. He's got a las pistol, his hunting lance, and then the savage claws, and he can be attached to the Death Rider squads. Mounted character Imperium grenade officer. I don't know. I don't like him very much. He's not very good. Don't take that unit. They do get infiltrators, though. That's pretty cool. But they're 140 points, so 200 points if you take that guy. They can move. Do they have the regiment keyword? Let's go check if they have the regiment keyword again. They do have the regiment keyword, so you could bring them back to life, but this guy doesn't come back with them. I don't know. I'm just not so sure. Alright. The Carnodon. This is a move of 12, toughness 10, 2-up save, 12 wounds, leadership 7, and OC 3, so it's kind of like a mid-tank. It's basically like a Lehman Russ. A little bit faster, not quite as tough, I believe, and it's got a little bit less wounds. Anyway, it's got a whole bunch of different guns here. Autocannons, 48 inches, everything's hitting on 4s. This is 2 shots, strength 9, AP 1, damage 3. The Carnodon twin autocannon, that's twin-linked, it's the same exact profile, literally the same. Its twin las cannon is twin-linked, so that's going to be a las cannon, so 48 inches, 1 shot. Oh, it's strength 14 las cannon, AP 3, D6 plus 1 shots. Multi-laser, twin-linked, 36 inches, 6 shots, strength 6, AP 0, damage 1. Leave that at home. Heavy bolter, sustained hits 1, 36 inches, 3 shots, strength 5, AP 1, damage 2. Heavy flamer, ignores cover and torrent. 12-inch range, D6 shots, strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. And then Hunter Killer Missile, just a one-shot thing, once per battle, 48 inches, 1 shot, strength 14, AP 3, and damage D6. Las Cannon, 48 inches, just not twin-linked, 12 strength, AP 3, D6 plus 1 damage. Militarum Multi-Laser, that's going to be 4 shots at 36 inches, strength 6, AP 0, 1 damage. And then Volkite Caliver, devastating wounds, 24 inches, 2 shots, strength 5, AP 0, damage 2. And then Volkite Culverin, devastating wounds, 36 inches, 4 shots, strength 6, AP 0, damage 2. Armored Tracks, 6 attacks, strength 7, weirdly. Hitting on 4s. AP 0, 1 damage. Deadly Demise D3, and then Ancient Conquest. Each time this model makes an attack that targets an enemy unit that is within your opponent's deployment zone, reroll a hit roll of 1 and reroll a wound roll of 1. If it has 1 to 4 wounds remaining, it's -1 to hit. It's Vehicle Imperium Squadron Smoke. So it's got 2 autocannons. It's twin autocannon. Interesting. So its twin autocannon can be replaced with the twin las cannon. Is that only 1 shot? I don't remember already. It is only 1 shot. God damn it. Alright. Its 2 autocannons can be replaced with 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers, 2 las cannons, 2 multi-lasers, or 2 Volkites. Kind of like the Volkite, maybe. Nah, not really. Can be equipped with a Hunter Killer Missile. Alright. I don't like it. I don't like it. It is 160 points. I just feel like it doesn't put out enough damage by itself. Alright, so Cyclops Demolition Vehicle. Moves 8, toughness 4, 3-up save and 4 wounds. Leadership 8 and OC 0. Deadly Demise 1, and then Demo charges. Each time this model or an enemy unit ends a move, if this model is within 3 inches of one or more enemy units, select one of those enemy units. This model is destroyed, but instead of rolling for its Deadly Demise ability, roll 1d6 on a 2 to 5. That enemy unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, you suffer D6 mortal wounds. When rolling for this model's Deadly Demise ability, units within 6 suffer a mortal wound on a 4+ instead of a 6. Okay. So if you do kill it, it'll mortal wound everything on a 4-up. If you don't kill it, then it explodes, and it does more mortal wounds, potentially. So vehicles, Cyclops Demo Vehicle. So it it literally says nothing. This model is equipped with nothing. This model can embark within an Astra Militarum transport, as if it were infantry. It does. It takes up the space of 7 models. What the fuck? Cyclops Demo Vehicle. Okay. It's 25 points, though. Just one? That's a good unit. This is a good unit, guys. This is a great unit, in fact. You want to know why? Because it's a 25.4 wound thing that you can just do stuff with. It moves 8. It's a secondary unit. It's not going to get objectives for any other reason, but it'll do stuff sometimes. So that's pretty interesting. 75 points for those. It can't deep strike or anything. That's... You might take like 1 or 2 just to have them. You can use them as screens. Just kind of push somebody out. 75 points if I push you out on my turn 1. If you went first, because your turn 2's coming up. There's probably better options, but I don't know. The 25 points. Interesting vehicle thing there. Interesting thing there. The Malcador. This moves 10. Toughness 11, 2-up save, 18 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 5. So its ranged weapons are autocannons, which we know. Heavy bolters, which we know. Heavy stubbers, which are new to this index review. So they are rapid fire 3, 36-inch range, 3 shots, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Everything hits on 4s for this tank. Hunter Killer Missile, we know you. Las Cannon, and then the Malcador Battle Cannon. 48 inches with blast, d6 plus 3 shots, strength 9, AP 1, and damage 3. So it's just a battle cannon. Actually, it's worse than a battle cannon, right? Battle cannons are strength 10 now, I think. Storm Bolter, rapid fire 2, 24-inch range with 1 shot. It should be 2. That's a typo, I think. Strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Armored tracks, so 6 attacks at strength 7, AP 0, damage 1. Deadly Demise D6, and then ruggedly reliability. So rugged reliability. Each time a ranged attack targets this model, worsen the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. So it's pretty friggin' durable then. If it has 1 to 6 wounds, you subtract 1 from the hit roll. It's got 2 autocannons, a heavy bolter, and then the Malcador Battle Cannon. Its 2 autocannons can be replaced with 2 heavy bolters or 2 las cannons. Its heavy bolters can be replaced with either an autocannon or a las cannon. This model can be equipped with a Hunter Killer Missile. This model can be equipped with a Storm Bolter or a Heavy Stubber. So the Malcador the Sigilite here, is 250 points. Ouch. It is durable as hell. It's got 18 wounds, toughness 11. It's not quite toughness 12, but toughness 11. It's always got Armor of Contempt against shooting. It doesn't have enough guns to be 250 points, but it's real durable. It's Vehicle, Imperium, Smoke, and Squadron. Okay, Malcador Annihilator, so same exact profile there. It's got a Demolisher Cannon as an option. That's going to be 24-inch range with blast, d6 plus 3 shots, strength 14, AP 3, and damage d6. Heavy bolters, heavy stubbers we just saw. Hunter Killer Missiles we know. Las Cannons we know. Everything hits on 4s. Malcador Twin Las Cannon. So this is twin-linked. It's a Las Cannon that's twin-linked. That's it. 48 inches, strength 12, AP 3, d6 plus 1 damage. Storm Bolter we just saw. It's got 1 shot for some reason. I think that's a typo. Armored Tracks is strength 7 there. Deadly Demise d6, and then Battlefield Dominance. Ranged weapons equipped by this model have the ignores cover when targeting an enemy unit within half range. If it has 1 to 6 wounds, it's got -1 to hit on it. This model's... Alright, so it has a Demolisher Cannon, 2 Heavy Bolters, Twin Las Cannon. 2 Heavy Bolters can be replaced with Autocannons or Las Cannons. It can take a Hunter Killer, and then it can be equipped with a Heavy Stubber or a Storm Bolter. The Annihilator... Where were we here? Malcador Annihilator, 270 points. Vehicle, Imperium, Smoke, Squadron. Alright, so then we got the Defender. Autocannons, Demolisher Cannon again. I like seeing the Demolisher Cannon. That's good. Heavy Stubs. Heavy Stubs. Hunter Killer Missiles, and then Las Cannons and Storm Bolters with only 1 shot. I feel like that should have been updated by now. Armored Tracks. Strength 7 this time, so Deadly Demise d6. So basically the same exact profile, same exact everything, except it's got a different ability. Each time you target this model with the Fire Overwatch stratagem, it hits on 5s. Interesting. Okay. If it's damaged, -1 to hit. Got Demolisher Cannon, 7 Heavy Bolters, and Armored Tracks. 2 of this model's heavy bolters can be replaced with 2 autocannons or 2 las cannons. Does it actually have 7 heavy bolters? Is that not a typo? Alright, it's got 7 heavy bolters, guys. It's a vehicle Imperium squadron, and the defender, 310 points. Hits on 5s for Overwatch. It's interesting. It's got a demolisher cannon and 7 heavy bolters. That's interesting. And that's where it stops. Malcador Infernus, got a flamer, right? Inferno gun. Okay, so it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. It can take heavy flamers. Those are something we saw, I think. They're Ignores Cover Torrent, 12 inches, D6 shots, Strength 5, AP 1, Damage 1. Yeah, the only other difference here is the Inferno gun. So this is Ignores Cover and Torrent, 18 inches, D6 plus 3 shots, Strength 5, AP 2, and Damage 2. That's good. Deadly Demise D6. When this model is destroyed, roll 1d6 on a 3+. Do not remove it from play. It can, after the attacking model is finished making its attacks, shoot with its Inferno gun as if it were your shooting phase. As if it had full wounds remaining. What? After the attacking model is finished making its attacks, shoot with its Inferno gun as if it were your shooting phase. As if it had full wounds remaining. This auto hits. Oh my fucking god, dude. Alright, yeah. Let's see what it's got. 2 heavy stubs and an Inferno gun. It's 2 heavy stubs can be replaced with probably 2 heavy flamers. Like, God, I don't even care. Can have a heavy or a hunter killer missile and heavy stubber or stormbolter. The Infernus is 235 points. It should be 0 points. 0 crates for this. Vehicle Imperium Squadron Smoke. Earthshaker Carrier Battery. Moves 4, toughness 7, 4-up save with 6 wounds, leadership 7, OC2. Earthshaker Cannon, Blast, Heavy, Indirect. 24-foot range. D6 plus 3 shots, BS 5, Strength 8, AP 2, Damage 2. And then close combat weapons, 5 attacks hitting on 4, Strength 3, AP 0, Damage 1. And then Earthshaker rounds. In your shooting phase after this model is shot, if one or more of those attacks made with its Earthshaker cannon scored a hit against an infantry unit until the end of your opponent's next turn, that infantry unit is shaken. While it's shaken, you subtract 2 from its move characteristic, and you subtract 2 from its advance and charge rolls. It has grenades, I just noticed. No war gear options. Earthshaker battery is really what all it is. It just has Earthshaker cannon. Place 5 heavy artillery crew tokens next to this thing. Removing 1 each time it loses a wound. These do not count for any rules purposes, so don't bother. It's Infantry, Artillery, Imperium Grenades, Regiment. So you can bring back to life. So an Earthshaker Battery. Earthshaker Battery is going to be 125 points? Good God, why is it so expensive? Medusa Carriage Battery. So it's the same profile here, just a different gun. It's Blast, Heavy, and Indirect. 36 inches, D6 shots, hitting on 5s. Strength 10, AP 3, Flat Damage 3. Combat is the exact same. And Siege Bombardment. In your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks. It must take a Battle Shock test. Alright, I don't even care how many points this thing is. I literally don't even care. We'll look anyway, but who cares? It's got its Medusa cannon. That's all it does. Medusa Carriage, 110 points of who cares. It's Infantry, Artillery, Imperium, Grenades, Regiment, Grenades, and Medusa. Stormblade. Okay, so now we're on to some super heavy, devastating awesomeness. Stormblade, 9-inch move, 13 toughness, 2-up save, 24 wounds, leadership 7, and an OC of 8. Got a heavy stubber. We know those. Hunter killer missiles, las cannon, stormbolter, Stormblade plasma blast gun. It's got 2 different profiles, just like every other plasma gun I've ever seen. So it's blast and hazardous if you overcharge it. The range is 48 on both. The shots is D6 plus 3 on both. Hits on 4s, and so do all of its other guns. It's either Strength 9, AP 2, and Damage 3, or Strength 10, AP 3, and Damage 4. Then it has twin heavy bolters. Those are just twin-linked heavy bolters. Twin heavy flamers. They're just twin-linked heavy flamers. In combat, it has 6 attacks at Strength 8, AP 0, Damage 1. They should have at least made these Damage 2. That just doesn't make sense. Deadly Demise D6 plus 2, and then Close Range Devastation each time this model makes a ranged attack with its Stormblade Plasma Blast Gun that targets a unit within half range. You can re-roll the hit roll. That's pretty okay. It's very okay. It's very mid. 1 to 8 wounds remaining, subtract 4 from its OC, and -1 to hit. It has 2 las cannons, Storm Blade, Plasma Blast Gun, 2 heavy bolters, and armored tracks. Its 2 twin heavy bolters can be replaced with 2 twin heavy flamers. It can take a hunter killer missile. It can be equipped with Storm Bolter or a heavy stubber. This model can be equipped with one of the following, either 2 las cannons and 2 heavy bolters, or 2 las cannons and 2 twin heavy flamers. So it would have 4 las cannons and 4 twin heavy bolters or 4 twin heavy flamers. And then it's Plasma Blasty Blast. Stormblade is some amount of points. Why do I have trouble finding Stormblade? 415. It's reasonably priced. It's Vehicle Titanic Imperium Smoke. I just don't like its main weapon very much. Yeah. Macarius, 9-inch move, toughness 13, 2-up save, 20 wounds, leadership 7 and OC 8. Only 20 wounds, strangely. Heavy bolters, heavy flamers, heavy stubbers, hunter killer missiles, Macarius twin battle cannon. This is blast and twin linked. It's just a battle cannon. It's 48 inches, D6 plus 3 shots. Everything hits on 4s. Strength 10, AP 1, damage 3. Interesting little thing there. Stormbolter, twin heavy stubber. It's a twin linked heavy stubber. Whatever. Armored tracks, same as above. Deadly demise D6 plus 2. Battlefield control. Each time this model makes a ranged attack, if it's within range of an objective marker you control, reroll a hit roll of 1. If it's got 1 to 7 wounds, it's -1 to hit and -4 to its OC. It's got 2 heavy stubbers, Macarius twin battle cannon, twin heavy stubber, and armored tracks. This model's 2 heavy stubber can be replaced with one of the following: 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers. It can be equipped with a hunter killer. It can be equipped with one of the following: Macarius. It's 310 points. Okay. The Vanquisher, same exact profile there, with the same weapons except for its twin Vanquisher cannon. What? It's one shot, dude. It's heavy and twin linked, so it's twin linked just like the other one. The one above, the battle cannon that's twin linked. Strength 18, AP4, D6 plus 6 damage, but it's one shot at 72 inches. It hits on 4s. Oh my god. Tank Hunter, each time this model makes a ranged attack with its Macarius twin Vanquisher cannon that targets a monster or vehicle, you can re-roll the hit roll. If it has an invuln, or if it's in cover and has armor of contempt, it's going to get a 4-up save against your one shot. Otherwise, it's got deadly demise D6 plus 2. This thing is trash. -1 to hit, -4 C if you wound it. It's got its 2 heavy stubbers, Vanquisher cannon, twin heavy stubber, and armored tracks. Its heavy stubbers can be heavy bolters or heavy flamers. It can be equipped with that hunter killer missile, and it can be equipped with a storm bolter or a heavy stubber. I do not care. The Macarius Vanquisher, that is going to be 285 points. So the Vulcan is going to be the next one. The Vulcan, same profile. Its main gun is the Vulcan Mega Bolter. Sustained hits 1, 48 inches, 16 shots at strength 6, AP 1, and damage 1. Armored Aggressor with deadly demise D6 plus 2, so it's the same as above. Armored Aggressor, each time this model makes a ranged attack, it does not suffer the penalty of the hit roll for being within engagement range. No one cares. Subtract 4 from its OC and -1 to hit if it's damaged from 1 to 7 wounds. It's got 2 heavy stubbers. It's got its Vulcan Mega Bolter, its twin heavy stubber, and armored tracks. 2 heavy stubbers can be replaced with 2 heavy bolters or 2 heavy flamers. Hunter killer missile. Same exact options. Vehicle Titanic Imperium Smoke, and it's the Vulcan here. I already lost it. 310 points. Okay. The Praetor. This is a 10-inch move. Toughness 11, 2-up save, 18 wounds, leadership 7, OC 5 thing. It's a vehicle of some kind. Heavy bolters and heavy stubbers are going to be some things it can take. It's got a Praetor launcher with Firestorm. This is blast, heavy, ignores cover, and indirect fire. 120 inches, 2d6 shots, strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. Like always, it's hitting on 4s with everything. It's got its faux hammer option. So the Praetor launcher has 2 different profiles. Either the one that I just said, strength 6, AP 1, 2 damage with 2d6 shots at insane range. Blast, heavy, ignores cover, indirect fire, so pretty interesting. Praetor launcher, faux hammer. This is anti-monster 4-up, anti-vehicle 4-up, blast, heavy, and indirect fire. D6 plus 1 shots at the same range, but it's strength 4, AP 2, and damage 3. So, it's wounding monsters and vehicles on 4s, indirectly. Interesting. It's missing one keyword there. Devastating wounds. Alright, so Stormbolter, it's another thing it can have, and then it's got Armored Tracks at strength 7 with 6 attacks. Deadly Demise D6, targeting coordinates while this model is being affected by an order. Each time it makes an attack with its Praetor launcher, it does not suffer the penalty to the hit roll for attacking a unit that is not visible to it. Interesting. Okay, so it's hitting on 3s, and you can get it to be hitting on 2s if it's being affected by an order. The shots on it is too random in my opinion, but if it has 1 to 6 wounds remaining, it's -1 to hit. It's got its 2 heavy bolters and a Praetor launcher. It can be equipped with a heavy stubber or a storm bolter. It's Imperium Vehicle Squadron Smoke. How many points is the Praetor? Praetor is 275. Next, Crassus. 10-inch move, toughness 11, 2-up save, 18 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 5. So it's the same as above, same profile. Heavy bolters, heavy stubbers, storm bolters, it's going to be a transport. Armored Tracks, 6 attacks at strength 7, deadly demise D6, fire support. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, select one enemy unit that was hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly model that disembarked from this transport, this turn makes an attack, reroll your wound roll. Common thing we've seen on transports. -1 to hit if it has 1 to 6 wounds remaining. It has 4 heavy bolters, though. It can transport 35 dudes. Each heavy weapon team, veteran heavy weapon team, takes up the space of 2. Ogrins take up the space of 3. It cannot transport artillery. It can be equipped with a heavy bolter or a heavy stubber. Vehicle, Imperium, Squadron Transport, Smoke. The Crassus, let's just see. 180 points for that. The Colossus next. It does not have the profile of a Colossus. Movement of 10, toughness of 10, so still pretty decent there. 2-up save and 11 wounds, but nothing crazy there. Leadership 7, OC 3. Colossus Siege Mortar is going to be its main weapon. That's blast and dev wounds. D6 shots, 120-inch range. Strength 6, AP 1, D6 plus 2 damage. Interesting. Strength 6, AP 1, D6 plus 2 damage. Heavy stubber, heavy hunter-killer missile. Not a heavy hunter-killer missile, just a hunter-killer missile. And Storm Bolter. Armored Tracks are the same, strength 7 with 6 attacks, deadly demise D6. Tracking target each time this model is selected to shoot, provided it remains stationary this turn. Its Colossus Siege Mortar has anti-monster 5-up and anti-vehicle 4-up when resolving its attacks. So it'll get 1 shot, and then you'll feel bad. It's -1 to hit if it's got 1 to 4 wounds left. It's just got its Siege Mortar and Armored Tracks. It can take a Hunter-Killer Missile and a Heavy Stubber or a Storm Bolter. It's got a Vehicle, Imperium, Squadron, and Smoke keywords. The Colossus, how many points is the Colossus? 160. Leave that at home. Valdor is next. You have Valdor and Malkador in this. Interesting. Moves 9, toughness 13, 2-up save, 20 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 8, so it's basically a Baneblade. Autocannons, heavy bolters, heavy flamers, heavy stubbers, hunter-killer missiles, las cannons, storm bolters, and then the Valdor neutron laser. It's heavy, 48 inches, 2 shots, strength 16, AP 4, damage D6 plus 1. Come on. Armored Tracks, strength 8 at 6 attacks, deadly demise D6 plus 2, and then power overload. Each time this model makes an attack that targets a monster or vehicle unit, you can reroll the damage roll. Okay. Subtract 4 from its OC and 1 from the hit roll when it has 1 to 7 wounds left. It has an autocannon, its neutron laser, and that's fucking it. Its autocannon can be replaced with a heavy bolter, heavy flamer, or a las cannon. It can be equipped with a hunter-killer missile. It can be equipped with one of the following: a storm bolter or a heavy stubber. Valdor. 285 points. Why? It's a vehicle, Titanic Imperium. What a piece of shit. What? This thing's garbage. Okay. So that's it. We are done. We are done and we have finished with absolute garbage Valdor. If you made it to the end here, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like this video, crush it with your Valdor tank, because that's the only thing that it's good for. Subscribe to Theory Hammer, and leave a comment down below. Tell us what you thought of this index. And of course, hit the bell icon. That way, you can get all your Imperial propaganda streamed right into your brain. And with that, guys, I'm going to let that sink in with that Valdor at the end there, because that was God-smackingly bad. It's just bad in all ways and shapes and forms. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being cool conscripts. I'll see you in the next video where we're going to be talking about some other Warhammer thing. Until then, have a good one, guys.